I have been updating my standard mod patch, and I suppose there's a lot of things to talk about, but this one struck me as particularly funny, and I'm not sure why, but one of the changes is if you come here from the taxi ride and you have something like a flamethrower, you can come here like in the other apartments and reload it. But that isn't the thing that I thought was funny. The thing that I thought was funny was it gave me some insight into Troika's design process. And this might not be obvious to other people, but if you work on the game a lot, you start to realize how consistent that Troika's design process is. And in this case, it has to do with these computer desks. And wherever you have a computer desk with a drawer, whether it's the NOS apartment or the Santa Monica apartment or here, the drawer to it will always open. So this drawer, for 18 years, this drawer has been sitting here and it's never been made functional before. But that wasn't the funny part. The funny part was when I made it functional, I found out that inside the drawer, for 18 years, there's been a lockpick in a drawer that was never made functional. So I thought that was really funny. And the other thing I want to talk about next has to do with function, but it isn't anything that I know how to do anything to fix, but I did want to talk about it, so we'll do that next. So this is something that happens to a lot of players, and it has to do with the sneaking. It says our sneaking is 2, and if we investigate that, we see that the console agrees that our sneaking is 2. But a lot of players complain about how broken the sneaking is in the game, and I've never really experienced that for myself, but I did in the Society of Leopold on my last playthrough. I did experience that a tiny bit, and I went in to investigate, and this is what I found. But before we get started, I just want to say that to avoid this problem with breaking your sneaking is if you're in a hub area, make your save in a hub area, then go inside the map, do the map without saving and loading inside the area, and that goes for pretty much every area, or not every area, pretty much any area in the game that might have to do with sneaking in some way. That would be like the beach house, the Dane, the museum, this Zal's, the temple maps, just basically any map that might remotely have to do with sneaking. If you make your save inside that area, there's a good chance you're going to end up with a broken game. So, but if you make your save in a hub area, and don't make a save and load a save inside these maps, there's 0 chance you'll end up with this bug. So what is the bug, and how do we get into the position to have this bug? And I've talked about this a lot before, and I made a bunch of videos about this, but what Troika has done is they've designed these maps in a certain way, and they would give the player the option for these sneaking routes. And how do I know that they have the option for these sneaking routes? Well, that's a really complex answer, but for this purpose, I'll just say that the option that Troika has designed and what they would like the player to do or to find or to figure out is that if they don't want to do this fight, they put the option in. So you break this window, you come out onto this set of boxes here, and you sneak down to here, you jump across to here, and then you follow this and just out the door, and you're done. For players that don't want to do this fight, that's the option that they've designed. Why do I think that's the option they've designed? Well, because if we look at our sneaking is 2. But when we come over here, and we look at our sneaking is 5. So I know that they want the player, or they don't want the player. They've given the player the option to do this sneaking route, and they boosted their sneaking so that even if a player with not very great sneaking, it's boosted in a way that they can do this. And like I said, it goes all along here, so I know that that's their intent. Oops, I can't do that. And I don't believe there's any other places inside here that you'll find that are boosted. Just that one thing. So what is wrong with that? Well, what's wrong with that is, like I said, if you come in here and you make a save and then load that save, now we see our sneaking is boosted to 8. So it's like it has taken the sneaking boost, added it to our character, and then added the sneaking boost on top of that. So it's like 3 of that is broken and permanent in our character now. 3 of that is from standing here, and 2 of it is ours. So if we jump back over here, we'll see that what was 5 over there has become permanent 5 now in my character. So I just go over there and say, and during the course of a game, if you're inside these areas and you're making saves and loading saves and you happen to step into one of these areas, then you make a save and load that save, then you're like permanently breaking your character. So we'll do that some more. So we're at 10, it says. We're still at 10. Now we're ready to start this fight with our broken character. I am.
I don't know. Johnny. You should leave. Excuse me.
Come out and die like a man.
I just need to break their line of sight, wherever that might be. And even with this coat on now, my character's permanently and broken for the rest of the game. And you can't hide from me. I most certainly can, which is pretty unfortunate. And like I said, for most players that don't realize, some of these, this is only boost your sneaking by 3, but some of them boost your sneaking by 5 or more. I'm not sure what the most is. I know there's some that do it by 5, so just making a save in one of those areas would be really unfortunate. So now, like I said, we're permanently broken, and I don't know any way to fix these characters. Actually, you can break your character, your firearms, and your speed, and I'm not sure what all you can break. I haven't figured out all of these things that you can do to break your character, make them permanent. But this is the big one that happens to pretty much everybody. The others are pretty rare. Not that rare. I see them happen sometimes. But anyway, just to demonstrate this. So I was in here messing with this map, and I found this bug, and I was playing with it to figure out how it worked in this area. And while I was here, I did some messing around, and I made a recording of it, but I didn't have my mic on. So I'd like to show that, and I might do some voiceover to explain what's happening. But anyway, sad, sad, sad. Now my character's permanently broken for sneaking. So I'll load up that other save and maybe talk about it. So this is the box experiment when I was messing with this. That one box is blocking the door from opening, and the rest are just trying to block some bullets. And I realized you could talk to him through the window, so I wanted to try this to see if the boxes would work. And the main thing is they keep him from getting out, but they don't keep these other guys from getting in. So I have to make sure none of them go up the stairs, because twice they ran up the stairs and they once they get inside, they killed him. And then he does try to get out here shortly, which is why I had to add that box to block him from getting out. I should reload my gun here. And I can't figure out where this last person is. I think he's on my left side, but then I hear him shooting towards my right. There he is. I should find out what my firearm skill is. I think it's 6, maybe. It's either 4 or 6. And that one guy, I don't hear him shooting, so I'm a little worried. But what has happened is he's tried to get out again. So it's a good thing I blocked him with the box. So that's it. So that was fun. Thanks for watching.